Hi, it's Nathalie, and today I want to clear some things up. I want to clarify the purpose of this channel and why I'm talking about certain things sometimes, because after my last video I got an advice. It's a good advice, it's valuable for many times. It's legit. I can't find the right word. Whatever. You know what I mean. It's a good advice, but not in this case. It's about not giving energy to like haters and all that, because I talked about that in my last video. And I've also had people tell me that I shouldn't care and stuff, and that's also valid advice, but not in this case. I want to care. I don't think it's bad to care. I think somebody has to care when it's not for the wrong reason. I don't care like on a personal level. I care to share messages around the issue. Because this channel is not about me wanting to defend myself or needing to talk, because I really don't need to talk about things, especially not publicly. Like, I'm just doing that because I have to get the message through. I feel like I need to be able to connect with people, and I can't do that if I'm not able to take examples from my personal experiences, because I think that that's how you connect. It's through shared experiences, and when people can relate, it can be helpful. Like, for example, when you're in a situation, it can be hard to see things clearly because you're in it. But if you hear somebody talk about something similar and they say something when afterwards it's clear to them, it can be very helpful. I know that because I have experienced this being the person watching. So yeah, the purpose of this channel is to help other people, is to I want to do that through sharing my perspective and my insights, because I feel that I got so far that I am strong enough to do that, and it's not a threat to me to bring these things up, because I have processed things. And for that matter, since I shared my video about my burnout, so much have happened. I mean, I've come so far since then. So it's been a really great year for me, my inner journey, 2024. So I wanted to say that I've always been a person who wants to speak up when I see somebody being unfairly treated. And so that's why the hater thing, it's something that I do daily. I go defend people like anywhere on Facebook posts and stuff when I see stuff. It's just who I am. I'm advocating. I've always been like that. I've always spoken up for even people I don't even like. I will still defend that person if it's unfair, because I don't like that behavior. I don't think that I am giving it energy in the wrong way. So I think it's a good thing. And for me, it's not, I feel good about it. So it's not a problem for me. It can upset me, but it's on like a societal level. It's like I want to make a change, and I want to inspire other people to want to make a change, because I don't agree with how people talk to and about people online, or even if it's in real life. But I think it's a problem, and I want to change it. And I think that change starts with yourself. And so I think it's necessary for people to do that. And I feel like I can, and I feel strong enough. So then I will. I know my worth. I'm at a point where I don't mind. The most important thing is that you know your own worth, and then it won't matter. If you're authentic and you know your own worth, there's nothing that anyone can say that will change that, you know. Feel like I needed to talk about some things sometimes, maybe, that are hard to talk about publicly and all, but that's not hard. That example, the comment, it's not hard. I have been through much worse, so that's nothing. And I have more stuff to share that's way more vulnerable. Maybe I will do that someday when I have the courage to go that deep, because I think that it can be helpful, and I think that it's necessary for people to speak up, but it's very hard to talk about some things. So yeah, but maybe at some point I will get there. But yeah, so it's like something that just feels right for me to do. But also, even if it would affect me to talk about that comment, okay, let's explain also why I chose that comment of all comments. There were much worse comments, let's be clear. But that comment was the one that told me what to do and not to do with my life. And that's what I was talking about. So that's why I have to drink. That's something that I disagree strongly with. People telling people what to do and people thinking it's their business somehow. That they have some kind of authority to tell other people what they should and shouldn't do. As long as it's not hurting anyone, then I think it's such bullshit. And I want to talk about that. I want people to think about that. I want people to see how fucked up it is to care so much what other people think, and for those people, blah, 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 for people to think that they have a say in other people's lives, you know, for people to think that you should be this way. And this happened yesterday on Facebook. There was a guy who told his date. He shared some screenshots and he told his date, who didn't have a 5-year plan, that he should definitely have that at his age, and it was shameful and stuff like that, and he was a hippie drifter, and so I spoke up about that. I told him not everyone is like you, and you don't have like a say in his life, and about projection, because I also said that I'm more like that other guy, your date. I'm not somebody who likes to plan like 5 years ahead, because everything is possible. I can come up with many plans, but not one. It's like I think that there are so many possibilities, and it feels limiting to me to make up such a plan. But this is not what I was going to say. I'm getting to the point. And then he told me that I seem very chaotic then. It's like, okay. And I told him, I don't care what you think, because you lack perspective to have an opinion about me or my life. You're only judging yourself, because you're only judging how you would feel in my position, your imagination of what you would feel like in my position, because you are limited to this way of seeing things. Just accept that people don't want to live life like you, and this is a problem. We're not made to fit in. We're made to be ourselves, and we're going to be different. It's not going to be all the same, and I think it's ridiculous to think that you have a say in somebody else's life and how they should live life and what they should think at that age or whatever. So I don't remember where I went from that before I went into that whole example. Yeah, I want to say in reference to the last video, that's not even me anymore. The example is from 7 years ago. I was a different person. it's an old version of myself. So, and I am very proud of her because she handled that very well. And I was very vulnerable at the time. I was going through a hard time. I'm very proud of her. I have compassion for her because it was very unfair the way they treated her. She didn't deserve that. But I'm so proud of her for not letting it get to her. And she did her thing. And here I am. So thank you. Thank you, younger me. Thank you. I love you. You're the best. Oh, I'm getting emotional. Also think that even if the reason I saw that old screenshots was because I was going through my phone and cleaning stuff out. So it's not like I go around and think about that. But there was a lot of things that I was reminded of when I did that. And I don't think that it's a bad idea I think it's necessary to go back to those times when you were unfairly treated and to energetically now defend yourself and stand up for yourself. You don't have to like go call those people or whatever, but in your mind you go back and say, that was bad, they treated me badly, and have compassion for yourself. That's a way to process things, and maybe you didn't process them back then, and that's not something that I personally am afraid of. I intentionally go back to things that hurt me, and I feel that pain again because I didn't process it properly back then. So I don't think it's a bad thing, even if it would have hurt me now, to feel that again. Because if it would be felt, it's because it needed to be felt. Because then it's not processed properly. Because if it's still triggering, then there's still something there to untangle. So yeah, I don't see it as a problem, even if it would bother me. It doesn't that way. It doesn't. It's the behavior of the other people that bothers me. And okay, it does bother me that I don't know who it was because it was anonymous, and I would like to know if it was a friend, a so-called friend. I feel like it was. So that bothers me because I don't want to have fake friends. So yeah, in that sense, it does bother me. But the fact that it was anonymous just makes it even more insignificant. So yeah, obviously. So to conclude, I'm not afraid of giving these past experiences energy because I'm not threatened by it. I think the whole point of being authentic and vulnerable is to not be scared. And so I'm not going to be scared of that. And I can also add that after sharing my burnout story, I was a little bit upset with myself because I held back so much on what really hurt me back then, what really caused me a lot of pain and stress. It's because I didn't want to like bring up the people, and because I live in a small town and it can be obvious who it's about, and I don't want, the purpose is not to create any drama or whatever. It did feel unfair to me in a way because I couldn't give the proper picture of what was really going on and what was really causing me pain, because I was protecting these people, and that sucks. But I am conflicted because I want to be able to talk about my experiences. But yeah, it's hard to know where to draw a line. But it was hard to bring those things up in that burnout story because it was linear in time. So it would be very obvious who it would be about. Maybe in the future I can talk about some of these things when it's not like in the context of time. And so yeah, because I want to be able to talk about almost anything, because that's the point. So of course, as much as is needed for the message to come through, it's not to like give all the details, you know, but just enough for the message to come through and to have like the weight that it needs to come through and to be authentic. I felt that holding all that back made it less authentic. It was just not less authentic, but less, didn't give it the right depth. It was still it was like the surface of things. It's still, I'm still proud of the video. It's not what I'm saying. I'm very proud of telling my story the way that I did. But just to say that I don't want to think that way. I don't want to be scared of giving stuff energy and all that. I think that I'm able to do it in a way that it's fair. That's important to me, to be fair. And that's all. So I hope it's clearer now of what the purpose of this channel is. And please, if you see this and if you thought that I care too much, please, I hope you understand that I don't think that I do. I want to care to this degree. I think it's necessary. It's like my mission. So, okay, thanks for listening, and see you in the next video, hopefully. Don't forget to like and subscribe.